Hi, my name is Sarah Bean. Today I spoke with Josie Ward at the Climate Change Conference in Copenhagen about her Swedish compromise and her thoughts about whether an agreement will be reached. She also has been identified by other delegates as the only Annex I country to speak with other countries. Here, listen in. Okay, so we're here today with Josie, who's the delegate from Sweden. So you proposed your Swedish compromise last Thursday. How did you feel it was received by the other delegates?
I actually thought it went surprisingly well. I guess I expected more tension and more fighting, but it seemed like everyone really came together and was willing to make sacrifices on their goals to really create a compromise. And that was the goal, was to sort of start out with what I thought was a solid compromise and then let people put in their opinions.
Absolutely. Were there any changes made that you felt are going to be really helpful, or any that are detrimental, or that you're kind of worried about?
I'm a little bit worried about the opposition to emissions caps in the part 2, because I do think that would be a good system, and we really do need to focus on reduction of our CO2. However, I did think that the delegates from China and the G77 did propose a lot of good amendments to the part 1 of the Swedish compromise.
Absolutely. So things heated up a little bit towards the middle of the conference between America and China. Do you see that being problematic for a compromise?
I think that both of them will kind of realize that they have to come together. I think right now everyone's kind of staying firmly in their camps, but as time passes, as we get closer to the end, everyone will start to realize that they're going to have to soften up a little bit.
Absolutely. So how close do you feel we are to reaching a compromise or an agreement?
Well, ideally I'd like to see a solid foundation voted upon today, so we have the framework, and then sort out the details next Thursday and get more specific. So I would love it if we could get the main stuff done today, but I think that might be slightly optimistic.
During the conference today, the delegates did manage to agree on something. They voted for 60% mitigation and 40% adaptation efforts, and they voted to establish CRIB, an infrastructure bank. Live from Copenhagen, my name is Sarah Bean, CNN News.